I'd like to ask you what you think, Samantha. Is now a good time for you to talk? I just got back from picking up my son, so it's okay. How long do you guys plan to stay in your current rental property? What? Why are you asking that? Well, by the time your child enters elementary school, I think it would be better to buy your own home. Wouldn't it be a pity if your son has to change school in the middle of the school year? That's right. I think it's time to think about owning a home. We are thinking about it, but it's an expensive purchase, so it's hard to make a decision. It's not that you can't decide, is it? My son Josh is working so hard. It's strange that he can't afford a home of his own. Isn't it because you can't manage the household finance? That's not true. I've read a lot of helpful resources, and I'm doing my best to manage our household finance. All you have to do is work. If you don't have enough money, don't make Josh work all the time. Shouldn't you work too? Most wives are working nowadays. For your information, I'm working too, you know. You're just sitting in front of your computer and fooling around, right? I'm not fooling around. I'm diligently working. You can't call that work, can you? You're just killing time. That's not true. It's design work, so I need to stay in front of the computer most of the time. I'm not fooling around. Why don't you just be realistic and get a proper job? I have a job. You wouldn't understand the idea of exchanging work via the internet, would you? What? Are you making fun of me? No, I'm not. My mother doesn't seem to understand it either, so I thought it was understandable. Stop treating people like they are too old to live in this era. I didn't mean it that way. Anyway, you should think about owning your own home by the time your child enters elementary school. Josh is working hard and earning a lot of money. A splendid mansion should be built. Yes, that's right. I'll discuss it with Josh as well. I heard about that, Samantha. You've moved out safely, right? Why didn't you report to me? I'm sorry, Daisy. I've been so busy with work that I haven't been able to get the house in order. I was going to call you after things settle down. Did Josh tell you about the move? Yes, he did. That boy takes very good care of his mother. He never fails to contact me. I see. By the way, you are lucky to marry Josh. I heard he got a promotion recently. Your husband's business is going well, and you even managed to build a house in New York, which is great. You should be thankful to Josh. Yes, I would have been happy with a condo, but Josh insisted to build a single-family home. My son did a great job. To build such a gorgeous house for his family is sweet. Josh is an excellent son, and I'm very proud of him. You're right. So, I'm thinking of visiting your new house as soon as possible. When would be good for you? I don't mind if it's today. I don't think today is a good day. As I said before, I've got a lot of work to do. I haven't finished cleaning up after the move. I feel bad if you had to come to a messy place. Can we wait until it's all cleaned up? If you keep saying that, when will it be? You say you're busy, but you're not doing much work. What's taking you so long? Josh has a lot of stuff. It takes time to organize those. Well, you're blaming Josh for your poor workmanship? I wonder why did Josh marry you? You should be the one to take care of the house, since you're my son's wife. Even if you say so, I have a job too. I have housework and children to take care of, so I haven't gotten around to cleaning up Josh's stuff. If you're so busy, why don't you quit your job? It isn't a proper job anyway. I think you'd better take care of the house properly instead of spending your time on such things. What do you mean by that? I'm earning money from my job. I can't quit so easily. How can you say that when you don't earn much money? I have a good income. Yeah, whatever. I don't care about your job. I'll go to your place this weekend. Huh? I have a work meeting this weekend. I have meetings with several companies, so I'll be home late. Then when should I go? I don't know when I'll be there if I have to fit it into your schedule. You built a house, but you don't feel like inviting me? It's not that I don't want to invite you, but... Then this Saturday is the day. What? You can't just... I'm your mother-in-law. What I say is absolute. Of course, you'll prepare meals for me, right? I have to work. What did you say? My visit is more important than your work. Wait a minute, I can't do that. I don't care what you say. If I say I'll go, I'll go. Daisy, please don't be selfish. Samantha? What is it, Daisy? I knew it would be nice to have a new house. I was surprised to see how gorgeous the house is, even more than I imagined. I'm glad that you're pleased. It's very sweet of Josh to build such a gorgeous house in the heart of the city. I'm so proud of him. There's a train station close by and a supermarket there. I'd have no problem living there. What? When I went there, I thought that I have to live in a convenient place in the city center because I'm getting older. Apparently, I won't have any problem traveling from there too. Are you moving to this area too? Yes. When I visited your house, I thought that it's a perfect place. It's a nice house and I'm moving in with you. I don't understand what you mean. You're really slow, Samantha. Could it be that you're going to live in our house? Yes, that's right. What are you talking about? Please don't be selfish. It's not selfish. What? I've already discussed it with Josh. Really? But I haven't heard anything about it. Didn't Josh tell you about that? No, he didn't. He couldn't talk to you because you're too busy with your incomprehensible job. You're neglecting Josh. I don't think my job has anything to do with that. Josh just got promoted and he's busy with work, right? Huh? That's why he said that it would be great if I lived here. From now on, he'll come home late. He asked me to live with him and help him with the house chores. Seriously? I didn't know about that. So I'll be moving there in a few days. And I just sent my stuff over. What did you say? I don't like it when you say something like that out of the blue. It's because you don't communicate with Josh properly, isn't it? No, I don't think that's the problem. Even if you call it a great house, we only have 3 bedrooms. If you come over, we won't have enough room. I heard that you have a luxurious room that you use as your workroom. You don't need that room, so please make it available for me. I can't do that. I'm working in that room, you know. If you just want to use your computer, you can do that in the living room, right? You just need to move your computer around. No, I have a lot of online meetings. I can't work in the living room. In the first place, I never heard a word about you moving in with us. Then quit your job that doesn't even generate income. Josh is really busy with his work and he's exhausted. I want to take good care of that boy. No kidding. That's because you're useless. This is what happens when you don't fulfill your duties as a wife. I feel sorry for Josh. I wonder why he married such a useless wife. If you're so worried about Josh, why don't you just invite him to your house? What are you talking about? Josh finally built a house with the money he earned from his hard work. And it's in the heart of the city. So why do you need him to live in such an inconvenient place like my house? You should think more carefully. That's not true. Besides, I'm worried about your son, Robert.
What's with Robert?
If he's raised by an incompetent mother like you, he'll never grow up to be a decent man. He's about to enter elementary school, and it's an important time for him. That's why I decided to take care of him too.
Please, leave Robert alone. I'm his mother.
Anyway, I'll be over there in a few days. Make sure to leave your workroom empty. You can keep the table and chairs. I'll use them. I won't forgive you if it's not tidy.
It's such a nonsense. I can't live with you in this house. Will you please reconsider?
Why should I listen to you? It doesn't matter because Josh agreed.
I'm telling you that I didn't hear anything about that. It's my house too.
I've already asked the movers to move my stuff. And I've sold this house of mine with the intention of moving to your house. I can't grant your wish. You're my son's wife, so you should be mature enough to do what I say.
That's a terrible thing to say. Even Josh doesn't act like a proper husband.
Are you trying to make Josh the bad guy?
Even though Josh is working too, he doesn't help me with anything at home. I do everything by myself. Besides...
That's not natural. You're a housewife. I'm a housewife too. Stop talking nonsense. I now know what a useless wife you are.
Please stop calling me a useless wife.
When I get over there, I'm going to educate you about being a good wife. I guess I've been too easy on you until this day. Samantha, where are you? Answer me.
What is it, Daisy?
Hey, can you explain to me?
What do you mean?
I heard you said some terrible things to Josh.
Well...
What do you mean that you want him to leave that house with me?
It means that I want you to leave that house.
Josh worked so hard to build this house, okay? Why should he leave? If you have a grievance, why don't you just leave?
I see. I understand. I won't live in that house anymore.
Huh? What are you talking about? Are you going to abandon your family and leave? If so, that's fine, but leave Robert with me. I'll raise him to be a respectable adult. I will never let an incompetent mother like you see him again.
I'm sorry, but that's impossible.
Why?
I left together with Robert. We will never go back to that house again.
No way. What are you saying?
I have prepared a new house for Robert and I to live together. We are about to arrive at the house. I'd like to raise him in a new environment.
What? I don't understand.
You're taking your son's words too seriously.
He is my son. It's only natural that I believe in him.
Do you know why I told Josh to get out of that house?
It was because you were upset, wasn't it? I heard you got upset when Josh pointed out how bad you were as a wife.
Well, I guess that's about it.
What do you mean?
Josh is having an affair.
Affair? What makes you say such crap? There's no room for bad jokes.
But I have proof.
What proof?
It's a picture. I'm sending it to you now.
What the heck?
I knew something was wrong when we started building the house. Suddenly, he started working overtime and staying up all night more often. He also started going for a lot of business trips, which he never used to do.
That's because he got a promotion. With the promotion comes more responsibility, so he gets busier.
That's what I thought too, but when we were preparing for the house, I found that thing.
What thing?
I found a woman's underwear in his bag.
Woman's underwear in his bag? Aren't those your underwear?
No, I don't wear such vulgar underwear. Then I looked into his WhatsApp messages and found out. I found a lot of pictures of him talking happily with a woman named Emily. Some of them are explicit pictures.
No kidding. But if Josh is having an affair, I think it's partly because of your attitude. It means you weren't attractive enough as a woman, right? And on top of that, you're a wife who doesn't do much housework. So it's no wonder Josh fell for another woman.
How can you expect me to give my best to a husband who doesn't even come home? When you started living in the house, how many times have you seen Josh come home?
2, 3 times maybe? But that's because Josh is busy, isn't it?
No, it was because he went to his affair partner's house. And the reason he let you live together with us is because he wanted to kick me out of the house.
Kick you out? Why?
He wants to own the house.
But Josh built this house.
I think you misunderstood him. I paid for this house in full. Josh didn't pay a single penny.
What? You've got to be kidding me. How can you pay for the house if you don't even have an income?
Then, do you think that someone who works from a small company can afford to build a house?
Josh got promoted, didn't he? Of course he can pay for it because he worked so hard.
He didn't get promoted.
Huh?
You were deceived by him. Josh brought you here to kick me out of this house.
What are you talking about? I don't understand at all.
He was planning to let you bully me, so when I give up, he can kick me out of the house.
For what?
To own the house. But Josh is really stupid. I bought the house and it's in my name. Even if I leave the house, it can't be his house. I'm sure that after I left, he was planning to kick you out too.
I don't think so.
It's you and Josh who will be asked to leave the house.
Huh?
I'm not going to go back to that house anymore, so I've decided to sell it.
But we just built it.
It's a shame. I didn't expect that Josh was cheating on me. But I'm over it now, so I have no regrets. I'm divorcing Josh.
Divorce? What are you thinking? You can't divorce him since you have no income.
Do you think I can build a house in the city center if I have no income? I paid for that house, remember? I work as an interior designer. After the baby was born, I asked for permission to do it from home. So I've been working from home on my computer.
Interior designer?
Yes, that's right. I happened to get a buzz on social media for my client's house. Then I started to get more work and just recently established my own company. So even though I'm single now, I don't have to worry about money.
No way.
Josh made me build a mansion, and while having an affair with another woman. I don't need a husband who lets his wife build a mansion and let his mother live without permission. Therefore, I will divorce him and sell the house.
Don't say such a selfish thing. What will happen to me then?
That's for you to think about. It was you who moved in without permission in the first place. Oh, maybe you can talk to your son about it?
I sold my house and moved here. Where am I supposed to live?
With that money, you could find a place to rent, right?
I can't do that.
Why not?
I don't have the money.
What do you mean?
Josh told me that he's going to put it toward the payment for this house. So he asked me to pay.
You gave it to him?
Yes.
Josh seems to be contributing all his salary to the woman he's having an affair with. I'm sure that money has disappeared by now. I think his account is probably empty.
Oh no.
At one point, I thought about not getting a divorce for the sake of my son. But I came to the conclusion that I can't stay married to such a sloppy husband. He's full of lies.
Samantha, you should reconsider. I'll explain to Josh too.
It's impossible. I don't want to see him anymore.
That's so selfish of you.
If you say you can't accept it, then let's go to court. I have a very capable lawyer because of my job, so I don't think I'll lose. In the first place, since there is so much evidence of infidelity, Josh doesn't have a chance to win.
I can't believe this is really happening.
I'm sorry that you have a silly son.
Samantha, you are my only hope. Please help me. My poor son deceived me.
I don't want to. You were also trying to get rid of me too. You even told me to leave my son.
Those are just words that came out of my mouth in excitement. I beg you, please spare me.
I refuse. If you want to live in that house, you can talk to Josh and buy it. I'm sure it will be quite expensive since the land prices are rising in that area.
Oh no.
I will charge Josh the alimony. I know it's not easy to pay alimony, so you should help him with that. I'm leaving everything about that house to the contractor. I don't think I'll ever see you again.
What? That's it? You're kidding, right? Please don't be so cold. Do something about it, please.
Take care of that yourself.
Samantha, help me.
After that, my divorce with Josh was successfully finalized. Of course, alimony and child support were imposed on him. I was not at fault at all. Josh, who had no savings and was contributing his monthly salary to his lover, had to borrow money to pay the alimony. He was in need of money, so he was easily dumped by his affair partner. But he still had to live on. He had no choice but to rent an old apartment with his mother. They are working together to pay their debts, child support, and their own living expenses. Josh's salary never goes up, and his mother has to bear a heavy burden. They complain to each other every day. Since I can work from home, I'm still able to spend time with my son even though I'm now single. Now that I'm stress-free, I've received more orders than before.
Abby, Jake told me about what you did. Is it true that you don't make lunch?
Yes, that's true. Jake is a salesman and travels a lot. It's inconvenient for him to carry lunch with him.
What an excuse. You just don't want to do it.
No, it's not that. I used to make him lunch every day, but Jake told me it was too much to bring lunch with him. I also thought it would be better to buy food, especially during the summer because it goes bad easily due to the heat.
What a typical excuse.
I'm not lying. You can ask Jake to confirm it if you like.
You don't even work. You're always at home. The least you could do is cook. What kind of wife are you?
Helen, I've told you multiple times I work from home. It's not like I'm just playing around. I have my own income.
You always say what's convenient for you. You're just trying to live off Jake's income while living an easy life. Jake is a well-educated man who got into a top company. I'm sure he makes enough money so that you don't have to work.
Yes, and I'm grateful for Jake.
If you think so, why don't you do more for Jake?
Huh? I'm trying my best in my own way, but...
Huh? In what way? He's always busy and he doesn't have lunch. I feel bad for him.
Excuse me, Helen. I'm working right now, so I have to go.
Hey, I'm not done talking to you. Abby, I've been thinking about what we talked about the other day.
Yes?
I don't think you're a suitable wife for Jake.
What?
Just because Jake makes good money, I don't think he deserves a wife who doesn't do anything, not even cook. I don't think you're good for my son.
Helen, I've told you many times I work from home. I don't just sit around and do nothing. I do housework every day.
That sounds like the kind of thing an uneducated, useless person would say.
Huh?
Being the wife of a man with a high income and living a comfortable and elegant life? Well, it would surely be nice to live a comfortable and luxurious life. wouldn't it? But I don't think that's right.
What are you talking about, Helen? I don't live a luxurious and comfortable life.
Well, you're a brat. You're mooching off my son.
I told you I'm working from home.
Working from home is such a convenient way to work, isn't it? It's a perfect reason for a liar like you.
I'm a high school graduate, and you can say I'm undereducated. I started working as a high school graduate because that's what I wanted to do. I didn't go to college, but I studied a lot and got a lot of training. That's why I have the job I have now. I have not lived an easy life. It may not have been what you wanted, but...
Here you go again with your excuses. You say the most absurd things. That's how you tricked Jake, didn't you?
Tricked him? Jake and I love each other.
Oh my God, please stop. You love each other, huh? That's nasty. Anyway, you married him for his money and I want you to leave him.
What do you mean?
I want you to be out of that house today. Get away from my son as soon as possible. I will talk to him about it later, so pack up your stuff and leave.
Helen, I'm working right now.
Are you listening to what I'm saying?
I'm excusing myself.
Abby, are you working right now?
Yeah, but what's up? I was just about to take a break now.
Oh, good.
What happened?
It's about work. I got the day off tomorrow.
Huh? Why?
There's a flu spreading around my department. It's going around right now.
Yeah, it's all over the news.
So we're taking off for a day or maybe two.
I see.
Will I be interrupting your work if I'm at home? If so, I'm going somewhere so I won't be a distraction.
Oh no, that's totally fine. You're not a kid. It's not like you're going to make a fuss.
Really? Then that's good. I have some paperwork to do, so I'll work from home tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
So, how's my mom lately? That doesn't sound good.
She said some pretty harsh things to me today.
Oh well, I'm really sorry.
It's not something you should apologize for.
But it gets you upset often, right?
It's okay. I wish I could say, don't worry, but I'm honestly bothered by what she says. She would say mean things.
I need to seriously think about that. I don't want you to get sick or anything.
Well, I'm not that weak, but if you can do anything about it, it will help. I want to concentrate on my work too.
I understand. I'll give it some serious thought. Okay, well, I'll just finish up the rest of my work and then I'll be on my way.
Yeah, good luck.
Hey, Abby. You're still at home, aren't you? I texted you to leave the house immediately, didn't I?
I'm at work.
Huh? Are you going to tell me I'm working from home again? I'm tired of hearing that.
I mean...
This is why I hate poorly educated incompetents. All they do is repeat the words they've learned. They can't even do a single household chore.
I've told you about this many times. I earn good money from my job, and I do my chores. So I see no reason for me to leave.
Wow! Are you trying to talk back at me? You're such an uneducated woman that you don't even know the hierarchy. To think that someone like you is living with Jake? That's horrifying.
I see.
I didn't let him get married to be unhappy. And with you, Jake will never be happy. I have to protect him at all costs. Do you hear me?
I'm working. I have to let you go.
Excuse me? Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm not. I just don't have the time to text you. I'm working.
Don't you dare make fun of me. Listen, move out of that house today. If you don't, I will force you to. Also, don't you ever tell my son about this.
Huh?
I don't want to put him into any unnecessary trouble.
Huh?
Hey, Abby, you're still in that house, aren't you? When are you going to leave? You uneducated and incompetent people act like scum too. Well then, before you leave, please divorce Jake already.
Huh?
That will be faster since you're a bum. And the whole reason I'm asking you to leave the house is to get a divorce.
Divorce?
Divorce him now and I'll stop harassing you.
I have no intention of getting a divorce. I'm sure Jake thinks the same way I do.
God, you're so difficult. Oh, you don't understand because you're uneducated?
Helen, please stop. Just because I didn't go to college doesn't mean I don't have knowledge. I've studied that well. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a job.
You mean like working from home or something? There's no way you can do a job just lounging around at home. Would you stop lying to me already? I'm getting tired of hearing that.
I'm not lying.
I can't keep him putting up with you every day. You still need to get a divorce. I'll find a suitable wife for my son myself.
Well, is that all you have to say?
Huh? Why are you being so presumptuous?
I'm looking at our text messages from yesterday and today with Jake. Your son is next to me right now.
What? Jake is supposed to be at work. Lying like that again?
I'm not lying. Jake's work department had a flu outbreak. He was supposed to be off yesterday, but they extended it another day. We were working from home together, so we were reading your text messages.
What? Really?
Jake wants to talk about this with you. I will stop messaging you now.
Okay. Jake? Were you with her? Why didn't you tell me you were with her? Then we could have had a quicker conversation. You could have kicked Abby out right away. That uneducated and incompetent wife of yours, you're too good for her. Hey, what are you talking about? Who said I wanted to divorce Abby? Because if you think about it, it's obvious. You graduated from a top university and became an elite office worker. And she's such a poorly educated, incompetent wife. There's no way you'd be able to match her. A useless wife? Abby is working as hard as she can and doing her best to take care of me. You don't know anything, so don't talk about it like that. I won't forgive you. Hey, Jake, what are you talking about? You've been brainwashed by Abby? Brainwashed? Let me tell you something. Abby earns more than me. What? What did you just say? I told you when you first met her. Abby is a scenario writer. A scenario writer? Abby? There's no way that poorly educated, useless woman could do such a thing. Abby wanted to be a writer, so after graduating from high school, she apprenticed herself to the writer she admires. Well, her mentor was a strict man, and that's the way he treated her. You can't write a good scenario without knowing everything about the world. Then she started reading books every day. Whenever she had questions, she will be all over the place picking up all sorts of knowledge. At least Abby knows many times more knowledge than you. What? Isn't she kind of uneducated and useless? What is up with that? You judged her without even listening to anyone, just because she's a high school grad, right? Abby became a top writer because her mentor treated her well. She's been writing a lot of scenarios lately, so I guess she's a popular writer. A popular writer? That can't be true. There's no way that poorly educated and useless wife can write scenarios. Jake, you're getting totally fooled, you know? What are you talking about? That's stupid. I've been married to Abby for 3 years now. I'm pretty sure I know what she does for a living and how much she makes. Huh? How much does she make then? She earns more than $8,000 a month. It varies by month, but it's way more than me. She makes over $100,000 a year. She's a popular writer, so they pay her a lot per piece. Can you believe it? Just a high school grad? It doesn't matter. You got way too many biases about people's education and jobs. You know that? People with talent always manage to bloom, no matter what. I don't believe it. You got that? If you understand, apologize to her. Abby, I heard you're a popular writer. A scenario writer?
Yes, I am.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
No, I explained it many times. Maybe you weren't listening because you were just blabbering on, huh?
I doubt that. Then, from now on, you're going to give me $2,000 every month.
Excuse me?
If you do that, I might consider accepting your marriage to Jake.
We're already married.
I heard you earn more than Jake.
Yeah, but I'm saving that money.
It's your duty as a wife to give me allowance every month. If you do that, maybe I'll let you stay in the house.
I will talk to Jake about that. Since it affects the household budget, I can't decide everything by myself, you know.
No, you don't have to tell him.
Why not?
He might end up blaming myself for not being able to give his mom some money. He's a responsible man. If he finds out that his wife is giving his mom an allowance, he might get hurt, right?
I don't think so.
No, I'm sure he will. Just don't tell him about it. Hey, Abby. What the hell?
What's wrong?
I've been waiting on the money you were supposed to give me. I was going to come get it and found out your place was rented out. Why?
We moved out of that apartment.
What? What do you mean you moved out?
That's what it means.
I wasn't informed. How dare you keep that information from your mother-in-law? I was actually thinking of letting it slide if you brought me the money. Hey, it's me. Jake, what is this all about? Leaving the apartment without telling me? I told you to apologize to Abby, didn't I? Did you? And what do you mean, give me the money? What? Did Abby tell you about this? I told her not to say anything. I was off work that day too. Didn't I say the flu was going around? I ended up getting 2 days off, so we were reading your messages. Abby never said anything. I'm going to cut ties with you. Cut ties with me? Why? I can't cause any more trouble for Abby. I can't imagine what she's been through with you. Of course, we'll not tell you where we are. Hold on. So you're saying I have to live alone? That's what it's gonna be like. What about my allowance? You're kidding, right? She worked so hard for it. Why would she give it to someone like you? Don't be ridiculous. Then how am I supposed to live? You have a job, right? If you don't live extravagantly, you should be able to get by with a pension and your current job, right? I can't. Why not? I quit my job because I thought Abby would give me money. Huh? How selfish can you be? Don't you have some money saved up? I'm sure you have Dad's inheritance too. I never got anything. Well, I spent all that money. Huh? How? Well, you know, shopping, going out to dinner with friends. Sometimes you go on overnight trips, and then you realize you've run out. Seriously? Wow, talk about splurging. That's why I don't have any money. Well, why don't you just work? There are plenty of jobs out there if you look for one. Oh no, at this age, you expect me to work? That's your only option. What? Isn't it because you've been giving your daughter-in-law a hard time that things ended up like this? It's not that I was bullying her. If that wasn't bullying, then what is it? Jake, that's an awful thing to say to your mother. Anyway, I'm cutting ties with you. Don't you ever look for us. Don't say that. I've handed your photo to the company security guard and told them you're some suspicious person. If you show up, they'll call the cops on you. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. No way. I can't believe this is happening. Am I gonna end up dirt poor just like that? Abby, I'm in trouble.
What's wrong? Jake talked to you, didn't he?
He told me he's cutting ties with me because I didn't apologize to you. I know it took me a while, but I apologize now. I'm sorry, Abby. This is fine, isn't it? Now please talk to Jake.
Huh? Me?
Well, there's no one else I can rely on but you, right? Besides, I reckon Jake would actually listen if it's you who talks to him.
I refuse.
Why not?
Don't you understand, Helen? You've been bullying me, calling me uneducated and useless, just sitting around the house and not doing anything, mooching off your son. You said that, remember?
About that, I'm sorry. I take it back. In return, please convince Jake.
No way. With words so light-hearted, my feelings won't mend. You have no idea how much it hurt me. After all, I was attempting to make amends with my mother-in-law. All of it was pointless.
It's not pointless. Let's try to get along as daughter-in-law and mother-in-law, okay? So give me the money as planned.
Are you serious? Why should I give money to someone like you? We may plan on having a baby in the future. I even want to build our own home. I don't have money to give you.
What? Hey, how about we at least skip the whole cutting ties thing? I'll be alone.
That's what I thought. I've been trying to make it work with you. But you brought all of this on yourself. I can't do anything about it. We have no intention of seeing you anymore.
No, I don't want to. I already quit my job. How am I supposed to live?
How about stop wasting your money? Shop only when you need to. Dine with your friends once a month. Travel only after you've saved up some hard-earned money. If you live modestly, I think you can manage to get by with just the pension, you know.
I can't do that.
If you can't, then please start looking for a job again and work hard. Please earn the money you want to splurge on yourself. I will not give you a single penny from my income.
Don't say that. Don't you feel sorry for a mother whose own son has insulated her?
Don't you think it's sad for a mother to be estranged by her own son? You said this to yourself. If I were Jake, I wouldn't have done the same thing.
Please help me, Abby.
We've already made our decision. We will block you from everything. Wish you luck.
Abby, please, please, please help me.
Goodbye. Despite being alone by herself, she blew through all of my father-in-law's inheritance and savings like there was no tomorrow. My husband was even more shocked. Although he cut ties with his mother, he thought she was incapable of managing her money. He somehow convinced a friend who owns a sewing factory to arrange for my mother-in-law to work and stay there. Now, she lives in the dormitory of the sewing factory while saving money earned from working there. It seems like she's leading a simple life. I hope my mother-in-law can save up well for the near future, because health doesn't last forever. We've been freed from my mother-in-law and are enjoying our married life. We're both busy with work, but we're planning to take a break and go on a hot spring trip next weekend.
Hey sis,
Can I talk to you for a sec?
what is it?
I feel like Mom and Dad have become cold lately.
Oh yeah, maybe it's because I told them that you're useless at home.
What? Why did you say that?
Because it's true. You don't stand out at school and you don't do anything at home either.
That's not true. I work hard in my own way.
But Mom and Dad believe me, so I don't think anything you say will help.
Why are you so mean to me?
Mean? I'm just telling the truth. I think the house would be better if you were gone.
Oh my God.
Oh, I forgot to tell you something. I took your precious bag.
What? Why did you do that?
Because it looks better on me. Mom thinks so too.
Even Mom? That's terrible.
Oh, and by the way, your boyfriend Jason is actually my boyfriend now.
What does that mean?
I guess he liked me better after all. Maybe you weren't attractive enough.
I can't believe it.
Well, it's just another reality. You should move out after high school. Mom and Dad will be happy to see you go. You're miserable being with me anyway, aren't you?
Sis, that's too much. Why would you say that? Am I not part of the family?
Family? Don't make me laugh. You're a burden. The house would be brighter without you. That's what Mom and Dad said too.
I see. So that's what they were talking about. Okay, I'll leave after high school. I'll live on my own. I'll be happy on my own for sure.
Hi, how are you?
What is it all of a sudden? Who is this?
What do you mean, who? I'm your sister.
I don't have a sister.
It's me, Sophia.
Okay.
I haven't heard from you for 9 years. As your sister, I was worried about you.
I don't have a sister. I mean, I have no family and I'm all alone. I'm sorry, I have to go.
Wait a minute. What's with your attitude? You have a family, remember? Your own sister's the one who is texting you right now.
You're a slow learner, aren't you? Can't you see that I don't want to talk to you?
What's the matter with you? That's terrible.
So, I'm going to ask you one more time. What do you want? If you were just texting to kill time, I'm leaving since I'm quite busy.
Oh, wait a minute. I have to tell you something.
I'm busy, as I said, so can you make it quick?
That kind of impatience is probably why you're not popular with guys.
What?
Your husband's name is Robert, right?
So?
I knew you got married 6 years ago. I thought whoever married you would be nothing special, so I didn't even care. But 6 months ago, I happened to see him walking with you. I was like, why would someone who looks like a model go out with you? And we hooked up the next day. We were seeing each other frequently after that.
Oh yeah? I kind of thought you were going to say that.
You're not surprised?
Robert and I got divorced today. He was saying he met the woman of his dreams. He found true love or something like that. But I guess he was talking about you. Well, that makes perfect sense. Wow! I didn't know you two already got divorced. We sure did. I've already decided where I'm going to live after the divorce, and I'll be on my way there tomorrow morning. If you're going to live with Robert, you'll have to do it after tomorrow afternoon. I understand. I guess you think you're no match for me. Well, Mom and Dad love me because I'm the only one who's beautiful. That's why they gave up on you, and you had to leave the house as soon as you graduated from high school. It's the same thing this time. That's what Robert means by true love. I was the one who Robert really loves, and that's why you're leaving. He loves me so much that I don't know what I would do. I guess I'm too beautiful, but don't hate me for that. I understand, but let's see if that love lasts. I hope whatever you just said is not going to come back at you. Is that a threat? You're really funny, you know that. Thank you for seeing me happy. Sooner or later, you'll realize it. Your way won't make anyone really happy. Don't make me laugh. There is nothing wrong with my way. I'll live happily with Robert. Hey, Aria, what's this all about? What is it? I'm busy cleaning up the new house. You didn't tell me something important. I didn't tell you what? That Robert had a child? You didn't know that? I didn't ask, and he didn't tell me, so how would I know? I went to his house in the afternoon to bring some stuff to move in, and there was a little boy in the living room watching TV. The one with the handsome face? Yes, that boy. I'm pretty sure that's his son, Jack. Don't mothers usually take their kids with them after divorce? Not necessarily. In this case, it was only natural for Robert to take Jack. I'm not allowed to talk about the details now that I'm a stranger, so you'll have to ask him yourself. Wait, you're not asking me to spend my honeymoon with a kid, are you? You made your own choice, didn't you? I didn't know he had a kid. If you don't like it, why don't you leave? We already registered a marriage certificate. Isn't it too soon? Then it's none of my business and I'm busy cleaning up. Can't you do something about it? You should take the kid. I don't want to be with a guy who has a kid. I can't. You married him, so you should be responsible for his son as well. It's none of my business. I'm a stranger. Besides, I just started a new life. I have no reason to help you when you're in trouble. Oh no! I was going to start a new life with Robert. I didn't even think about taking care of a child. I don't care what you say. That's the reality. Marriage is about accepting everything about the other person. I don't think you're capable of that. Liar! You're terrible! Do I really have to live with a child? Since you married Robert, isn't it natural? Jack is part of your family now. You can't run away from him. Hey, Aria! What is it with you? How many more secrets did you hide from me? What now? I've been told that I have to leave this house at the end of this month. This is a house with a nice garden, you know. This house is what makes Robert attractive. I see. So the house was part of the plan. I mean, it's not of my business. I'm already a stranger to you and Robert. Don't be so silly and explain. I can't believe it. Why do I have to explain? I guess Robert is still not telling important things to you, huh? So what is it? That house is company housing for the company I work for. What? Company housing? Robert is an employee of a different company. I'm an employee of the company, so it's company housing that I'm allowed to rent. How can he continue to live there if I'm gone? Seriously? And let me tell you something else. The rent was kept at about 10% of the market rate because it was company housing. But from now on, you better be prepared for the fact that it won't be like that. So we would be fine if you just move into company housing at Robert's company, right? His company doesn't have a company housing program. There isn't? That means you have to rent a normal apartment and pay the market rate. How much is that going to be? If you were to rent an apartment with similar conditions to what you have now, I guess it would cost about $2,000. Does it cost that much? I just looked it up about 6 months ago out of curiosity, but I think it's still like that. I don't know where you're moving to, but Robert is an ordinary businessman with a very average income. We were both working and now I'm gone. He'll be spending more money on rent. And on top of that, his household income will be significantly reduced. Huh? You should have a thorough discussion with Robert and Jack about the possibility of a lower standard of living in the future. A lower standard of living? There's one more thing. I will take all the money we saved as a couple in this divorce as alimony. And for your information, Robert really doesn't have much money left with him. What? By the way, he earns less than I do. Are you serious? Well then, I still have to clean up my new home. Well, bye. You'll have to take care of the rest yourself. I won't get involved anymore. Don't say that. I have no idea what to do. Think for yourself. You're an adult. From now on, you're responsible for your own actions. Don't expect me to help you anymore. But Robert and Jack both need me. Then you have no choice but to fulfill that responsibility, right? That's what being a family means. There is no way out. It's the path you chose. Hey, Arya! What is it this time? I told you I'm out of the picture. Aren't you forgetting something very important? I'm not forgetting anything in particular. You're forgetting something big. What? Child support. Huh? You have to pay child support for Jack. It's your responsibility as a mother, right? Huh? $100,000 for child support. You have to pay for it. I'm not going to pay for child support. What? What do you mean? I'm not obligated to pay child support for Jack. Huh? That's irresponsible. You should fulfill your responsibility as a mother. Didn't you hear anything from Robert? About what? First of all, you should have a proper talk with him. This is something that needs to be explained from Robert and not me. He's your child, so you better pay for it. Why do I have to pay child support for Jack? There's no way I can pay that much. But that's the reality. I told you, marriage is about accepting everything from your partner. How am I going to pay $100,000? Of course it's impossible. That's not my problem. You'll have to take care of it yourself. I think Robert is in trouble too. Of course he's in trouble, because it's his responsibility to take care of Jack. I live with them too, you know. That's your choice, right? So you have to fulfill that responsibility together, don't you? Oh no! It's your job to figure out what to do. You're an adult now. You're supposed to figure it out on your own. Don't say that! That's enough. I don't want to be involved anymore. But isn't it your fault that Robert didn't say anything? No, that's his problem. It's not my problem. Hey, you're my sister. You're responsible for helping me. I have no obligation to help you. I already broke off the relationship with you, and I'm the one who was abandoned by my family. Both Robert and Jack will be in trouble without me. Do something about it. Then fulfill that responsibility. That's what being a family means. I really can't believe you. You know, having a family isn't just about having fun. It's about overcoming difficulties together. So you have to go your own path, the one you've chosen. You've been talking so big for a while now. What the hell is wrong with you? I'm going to tell you one more time. First, you and Robert need to have a thorough discussion. I think you have to support each other and solve your problems together. Aria, I still haven't received the child support that you were supposed to pay. I'm sure you can afford $100,000 for your son. So hurry up and pay it. What? Don't you understand that I am not obligated to pay? When I asked Robert about it, he said we should take it from you, and I agreed too. So hurry up and pay the $100,000. Tell that to his real mother. What? What do you mean, take it from me? You're being too naive to take money from a stranger like that. What are you talking about? All right. I really thought Robert should tell you first, but it seems like he's not going to, so let me tell you the truth. So what? Jack is not my son. What? Jack is Robert's illegitimate son. Illegitimate son? Jack is the illegitimate child of Robert's unfaithful lover. A year ago, Robert brought him home out of nowhere because the mother had suddenly disappeared. That's when I first found out about Jack. Oh my God! That's why we've been struggling for the past year to get a divorce. Well, Jack is not to blame, so I fed him and did laundry and everything for him. Robert and I were almost living as if we were living in a different house. Seriously? For Robert, he would lose some money for living expenses if we get divorced, as well as the house. That's why it was so hard to get him to agree to a divorce. Then someone came in. It's you. What? Thanks to Robert awakening to the idea of true love, the divorce process went smooth, and that's the truth. What? No way! Are you saying that it was lucky for you that I took Robert away from you because it helped the divorce? Yes, that's right. Let me back up. As for the child support, I didn't adopt Jack. Robert has the custody of Jack, so I'm not obligated to pay child support as a divorced woman. No way! I thought that child support from you would make my life a little easier. So that's what you're trying to do. You know, the other day, we started living in a cheap apartment. The three of us are sleeping in the same bed, so I can't make out with Robert. There's no privacy at all. And Jack doesn't listen to me at all. I hate it. Then I guess you'll have to get a divorce. If I do that, I won't have a place to go. Let me guess. Did you go against mom and dad and got married to Robert and then moved out of their house? I'm sure they don't like Robert since he was married to me, a useless daughter. How did you know that? I thought that would be the only reason why you can't go back to their house. Aria, I'm getting a divorce, so I'm going to live with you at your place. No way. Why? I moved to the company dormitory. They have a rule that they don't allow non-employees to live here. I can only depend on you. Do something. Sis, Instead of relying on other people's income and whining about it, have you thought about working for yourself? What? Why? If the husband's income is not enough, then the wife has no choice but to work. Huh? If you really want to get divorced, you have to be prepared to work and live on your own. If you want to stay married, be prepared to support your husband financially. But this is what happens when you live like a loser in this world, you know that. What the? I don't... If you don't understand, think until you do. I'm not nice enough to tell you everything. Sis? Don't try to depend on me. Bye-bye. Aria, help me! Robert is saying he's divorcing me. Yeah, what happened? Robert said he can't take my attitude anymore. He said that if I can't accept Jack, then we can't continue our relationship. I know, but you chose this path, didn't you? Yes, but I don't know what to do. Please help me. I told you, didn't I? There's no reason for me to help you. I told you to take responsibility for your own choices. But I'm in real trouble. I don't even know where to live. I have no money to live on. All of that is a result of the path you chose. It's the result of you choosing Robert and not accepting Jack. Of course! I can't live in such poverty, so you have to help me. No, I'm not going to take care of you. I lost my family because of you. How am I supposed to help you? How am I supposed to live now? Well, I don't care. Are you really not going to help me? No, I really don't want to help you. I think I want to end this with you. Oh no! You're my sister, right? Please, help me! I have no parents and no sister. Well then... Aria, wait! After that, even though the divorce from Robert was finalized, she was unable to rebuild her life on her own. She had never worked a proper job before, so she did not know how to make ends meet. Apparently, life with Robert did not go well, and that's why she decided to divorce him. She tried to return to her parents' house again, but her parents had completely abandoned her. She was forced to live alone in a cheap apartment. She's currently earning a living by working part-time, but I heard that her life is very difficult. However, she's living a lonely life with no help from anyone. Her relationship with her parents has never been restored, and they are now completely estranged. I am now enjoying my new life. My work is good, and I have a good relationship with the people around me. I plan to enjoy living alone for a while, with the help of people at work.
Michelle, I'm sorry to bother you, but can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure. I wonder why you contacted me all of a sudden.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but
What's wrong?
I just don't fit in at my current job. I've been struggling with it for a long time, but I finally submitted my resignation.
Huh? Wait a minute. Resignation? We're going to have a baby in 3 months, you know?
I know.
In 2 months, I'm taking maternity leave, so my income will be reduced. I told you about that, didn't I?
Yeah, that's why I was worried.
We don't live together, so it's going to cost a lot of money for your mother who needs care.
I'm aware of that too, but it's not like I'm the only one sacrificing for it, right?
Sacrifice?
I'm so worried that if I keep working, I'm going to lose my mind. I could put up with it, but I knew if I let it take a toll on me mentally, it would bring a bad effect to our child.
I didn't know that you were so worried about that. Why didn't you tell me earlier?
I couldn't tell you because I knew it would cause trouble for you. Especially now that you're pregnant, I didn't want to stress you out.
I see. I'm sorry I didn't notice. I was too busy taking care of myself. I understand your circumstances.
What?
Our environment is going to change a lot from now on. Maybe we should take the plunge and change the environment starting from your workplace. In return, you need to look for another job seriously so that you can find it soon.
I'm glad you understand. I'm truly sorry.
We're a married couple, so we're supposed to help each other in times of need, right? Let's work hard together so that we can have a happy family in the future.
Got it.
Hey Damien, you're still at home today, right? Are you doing well with your job hunting?
Yeah, I'm getting by. I haven't been able to find a company that fits my criteria.
Geez, you have to be serious about finding a job.
I'm seriously trying.
I don't think there's any company that can meet 100% of your criteria. Besides, we're going to have a baby soon. You're going to be a father, so you'll have to put up with a few things.
I know that much.
If you understand, then you should do what you have to do. To me, it doesn't look like you're trying hard enough.
You're working as a caregiver, so for the time being, we're not going to be in need of money. That's why I don't want to rush into deciding on a job.
Huh? Don't be naive.
What?
I'm taking maternity leave soon, remember? And I won't be able to take care of your mother like I used to. That's going to cost us more than before.
Yeah.
Do you really understand our current situation? We need more money, so you will have to earn extra money. Besides, I don't think I can take care of your mother while raising a child. It's my first child, and I need to get used to childcare-related things. For that reason, I need you to get accustomed to your workplace as soon as possible.
I understand.
Of course, I'll have you help out fully when you're home too.
I know.
Anyway, you need to find a job as soon as possible. Damien, are you home?
Yes, I am. How was your checkup?
Well, I think I'm having contractions. I thought my back had been hurting since dawn. They say these back pains are labor pains.
Are you sure? Is it the time for labor?
The contractions are still weak, so I don't think it's going to happen right now. But they say I could stay at the hospital, so I might as well do that. I don't feel comfortable and I'm too anxious to go home.
Maybe that's a good idea. If you stay at the hospital, you'll feel safe and you can be prepared for the labor. I think it's better that way too.
You will be there for the birth, right? That will be reassuring. I'll text you when the contractions are a little stronger, so please be ready to come right away. What's with that reply?
It's nothing.
Damien, my contractions are getting stronger. They're now 15 minutes apart, so please come to the hospital right away. They said the baby will be born within a few hours from now.
Are you going into labor soon?
I don't know about that, but it can happen any time from now, so I need you to hurry.
Hold on a second. I've got some stuff to do. I'm in the middle of doing a task right now, so it might be tough to get to the hospital right away.
What task? I've asked the caregiver to take care of your mother.
I know, but I'm not sure I can accompany you during child labor, so you're going to have to do it on your own somehow. I'll do my best to take care of myself anyway. I'll be there as soon as the baby is born.
You've got to be kidding me. What are you talking about? I'm not confident at all. It's my first time and I'm full of anxiety, so just stay with me, please.
I can't. Besides, it won't do you any good. What's the point of standing by your side doing nothing?
I know, but I need you to stay close to me for the baby too. You need to support me.
I'm at my parents' house right now.
Your parents' house? Why? Your mom's got a caregiver, so don't worry about her.
It's not about Mom. I've got things to do myself.
What things to do? Your wife is in labor. Is that task more important than the birth of our child?
I need to do the task now.
Why now? You've been home all week, unemployed, so you had plenty of time to do it. But why are you starting to do it now?
Don't blame me. I just came up with the idea a while ago. I want to do it before the baby is born.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I'll hurry there as soon as I'm done, so just hang in there until then.
That's enough.
What?
I don't need you to be here. I'll call my mother and have her come over.
Okay, I think you will be more comfortable with your mother by your side. By all means, please do so. Sorry, I didn't catch your call.
What have you been up to already? The baby is born. I tried to call you, but I couldn't get through.
Yeah, I had a rough day yesterday, so I got tired and went to bed straight away.
Huh? What the hell were you doing?
I kicked my mother out while you were giving birth.
You kicked her out? What are you talking about? Where is she now? She needs care.
I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
They said the caregiver will take care of her at the shelter.
Seriously? Your mother is not a piece of luggage you can get rid of like that.
She can't move on her own, so she's equal to a piece of luggage. She will be a burden for you once the baby is born anyway.
How can you say things like that about your own mother? I've never felt like she's a burden to me. Why did you kick your mother out of the house?
What? I thought we were going to move in here.
Huh? For what? You never told me about that.
I just thought of it yesterday.
What the hell?
You shouldn't have done that.
What are you talking about?
Because you've been threatening me a lot.
When did I threaten you?
You told me to get a job as soon as possible because it costs money to take care of the baby and my mother.
Yes, it costs money, but we can have your mother moving in together with us to solve that matter. Kicking her out is a terrible thing to do.
And you also said you wanted me to take care of Mom.
Of course. She's your own mother. I have to work no matter what, okay?
That's why I kicked Mom out, because I don't like it.
Huh? I don't understand.
If I kick Mom out and live in this house, we don't have to pay rent, right? Our monthly expenses will be cut down considerably. If our expenses are reduced, you wouldn't have to force yourself to work anymore.
That's not the point.
Besides, if Mom's not here, I don't have to take care of her. I can't take care of Mom. If I get rid of her, you and I can devote ourselves to raising our child without any worries.
How selfish you are. She's your own mother, Damien. I've never seen such a cold son like you.
What's the matter with you? Don't speak so high and mighty. If you don't like it, why don't you get out too?
I beg your pardon?
I'm the one who thought of this solution. If you insist so much, why don't you go live with Mom? I can't rush to find a job or take care of Mom. I'm going to live my life in my own pace at this house.
What a person you are. You're just a scumbag.
You have a decent job, so you won't be in trouble. I don't have an income, so I'll be in trouble to get by. I just figured out a way to do it that doesn't cost me any money.
So why don't you just get a job as soon as you can? Kicking your mother out of the house isn't going to solve anything fundamental.
I don't want to rush to find a new job, so that's why I kicked Mom out. Why can't you understand that? I'm keeping the apartment we lived in. When you get out of the hospital, you can clean it up and cancel the lease. I'll stay at my family home rent-free.
I still don't understand what you're trying to tell me.
Hey, when are you getting out of the hospital? I haven't received any kind of notice from you yet. I can pick you up if you want me to. I went to all the trouble of getting rid of my mom. I kicked her out and made a life that doesn't cost a dime and involve nursing care. I'm sure you have no complaints, right? You will definitely be able to raise our child in comfort. Hey, reply to me.
What? I don't have anything to say to you anymore.
What do you mean? I go to the hospital and they won't let me see you or the baby. What the hell is going on? When will you be discharged from the hospital?
I'm already out of the hospital with the baby.
Huh? I don't understand. The nurse didn't even tell me when you were discharged.
I was the one who told her to keep that as a secret.
So you didn't even let me visit?
Yeah, I asked them not to let you in.
Why not? I'm your husband and the father of your child.
Father, stop joking. You didn't even accompany me when I went into labor. Also, you didn't take my call when the baby was born. You kicked your mother out of the house just because she needed care. How am I supposed to live with someone who doesn't even work? I can't live with you anymore. Our marriage is over.
Huh? Then where are you now?
I asked my parents to let me stay with them. My parents are truly appalled by your behavior. They don't want a useless son-in-law like you. You dared to kick out your own mother. It's only a matter of time until you kick me and our child out.
Why did you tell your parents about that? I kicked Mom out so I could live together with you guys without paying the rent.
I said that's not the right thing to do for a person who has a human heart. How can you kick out your own mother who needs care and live in peace?
She should just go into a facility or whatever.
If that's the case, did you follow the proper procedures?
Is that really necessary? Don't you have the caregiver to do that for you?
That's not what I'm talking about. Your selfishness. It's not free to put your mother in a facility in the first place. It takes a certain amount of money.
Is that so?
Yes, of course. You don't work, so you have no income. How can you put your mother in a care facility?
Don't talk so high and mighty. I just didn't know.
If you're going to do it, do your research beforehand. You were like that when you quit your job. You acted like a child, saying you didn't want to go to work and just quit right away. You knew I was about to have a baby.
I didn't decide to quit my job right away.
You always say things that suit you. And when the time came, you didn't even get a new job.
Because you were working, right? You're the one who's going to continue working after the baby is born. So there's no need for me to find work as soon as possible.
I'm saying that kind of insensitivity is impossible. You only think of yourself. I can't raise a child with someone who doesn't think about our future together.
Stop messing around and get back here as soon as possible.
Don't you get it even after all this?
Huh?
I want a divorce.
Are you kidding me? Stop it. You want a divorce, but you haven't even let me see our baby? That's too much, right?
How can you say that? You're even worse. You didn't even accompany me during the labor, and you didn't come to see me when the baby was born.
Because you didn't let me visit.
That was after a few days, wasn't it? That's all I am to you, and that's all our child is to you too. I can't even imagine living with you. Anyway, I'm divorcing you.
Don't be so selfish.
From now on, we'll discuss things through our lawyers.
What? Lawyer? Hey, explain to me. You're behind all of these, right? The builder's trying to evict me.
You have no choice then.
Why? This is my house. Why do I have to be evicted?
You seem to be misunderstanding everything.
What?
It's not your house. It's your mother's house.
But it's my house now because I evicted my mother.
I went to see your mother about that.
What?
Your mother didn't want to bother me and the baby, so she wanted me to put her into the care facility.
That's fine. If Mom doesn't come back, then it's totally my house.
When your mother was suddenly kicked out from the house, she quickly went to her bedside drawer and put the deed to the land in her bag.
Deed? What do you mean?
A deed is a document that proves you are the owner of a property. It's issued by the Legal Affairs Bureau to prevent people like you from transferring ownership without permission.
What the hell?
Your mother said she'll sell the house and use the money to pay for her care facility.
Sell the house?
So don't worry. She told me to get a divorce from you.
Huh? What kind of a mother is she?
You're the one who's being a terrible son. You kicked out your mother who needs care. What a thing to do.
I still don't get it. Does that mean the house is for sale?
That's what I'm saying.
I have to get out of here in a week?
If that's what they said, then you need to obey them.
Where am I supposed to go?
I don't know. Why don't you go where you want? You don't have any children to take care of. And you also don't have a mother to take care of. So you're free to do what you want.
Because I don't work, you know? How am I going to live without an income? Anyway, what did you do with my savings? Did you spend it?
Don't be ridiculous. That joint savings are for our child. But you spent it all while you weren't working. I know that.
Oh no.
There's no way I'm spending our savings for our child.
If I get kicked out of this house, I have nowhere to go. I can't even rent an apartment.
That's what you deserve. I told you to get a real job, remember? You're the one who didn't do it. And to top it off, you kicked your mother out of the house. Looks like heaven has given you the punishment.
Michelle, can't you do something about it? For example, maybe you could reduce the amount of child support. Why don't you work more and earn money for child support?
Huh? How spoiled are you? You really are a jerk. How can you say such a thing? The only thing I'll ask you to do is to fulfill your responsibility as the father of my child.
But how am I supposed to pay for it?
You should work. Morning, noon, and night. You don't even have a mother who'll help you anymore. You'll have to manage on your own. It's undeniably you who have done this to yourself.
It's too hard to bear. I can't work that hard.
Stop blabbering nonsense. You have to give up and look for a job right now.
I can't find a job right away.
Really? It's been more than 3 months since you quit your last job. If you really wanted to work, you'd have found a job by now.
For your information, I'm willing to work. But it's just I haven't found the job I'm really looking for.
That's because you're probably making up your own terms and conditions. Then there's no way you'll find a job.
Huh?
If you can't find a job, then you should get a part-time job or something. You'd better earn money anyway. If you don't, you'll never be able to save enough money for child support. Just make sure you pay for that. The future of our child depends on that.
Oh no. So you don't care about my future?
It's your own fault. You're an adult, so you should take care of yourself. Even your mother did that. Well, I don't think I'll be seeing you again. Please take care of yourself.
Michelle, please don't treat me like a stranger. Don't abandon me, please.
After that, Damien started to pay for child support while holding down a part-time job. But the transfers of the money gradually began to be delayed. Rumor has it that he quit his part-time job after complaining about this and that. Then, he found a new part-time job and quit again, and so on and so forth. His income is not enough to pay the child support. I am so glad that I divorced him when I found out how much of a scumbag he is. However, my relationship with my ex-mother-in-law continues to this day. I regularly take my children to visit her at the facility where she resides. I have been receiving money, that she has been steadily accumulating for the sake of her grandchildren. She gave it to me as my child support. So I have not asked Damien for more money. I really wanted to beat the crap out of him, but I thought about my ex-mother-in-law's feelings, so I decided not to do that. I have moved back to my parents' house to spend my maternity leave, but I plan to return to work as a caregiver at the end of the day. I plan to do my best to balance work and childcare.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!